2. Everybody,
Hello.
oh my gosh, it says starting or sitting with Tony Marr, and I messed this up. I messed it up.
Oh
Oh
my
my gosh, I
God.
had 5 weeks. It's the Sit Show with Crisco.
Oh
I'm
my God.
Evan
Is it?
Hoogler. I don't know. Now I got to figure this thing out live. Jeff, how are you doing? Are you looking forward to going to the Niners game tonight?
No. Unfortunately, my whole group's not going to be there. Last week I was by myself. I couldn't find anybody to take the ticket. My father-in-law's had knee surgery, and so my wife is taking care of him. So I'm gonna be all by my lonesome. But it should hopefully be fun. Last week was not. Actually, it was a fun game, but it sucked because they lost. So yeah, I'll be out there repping the Niners. Hope they win this time. If you see, by the way, tonight, if you see a guy and a like dirty blonde woman on the that is my sister and my brother-in-law. Um, so yeah, hopefully they end up on TV. My sister was like, "Do you think we'll end up on TV?" I was like, yeah. They're gonna be behind the Cowboys bench at the end zone extended. So um,
Wow.
they're paid as much for these tickets as I paid for my whole season.
Wow. Why did
Because
they?
he's a Cowboys fan.
Uh,
And he is also in a wheelchair, so their selection for seats is very limited. And those are ADA eligible seats.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, and I will
Um,
get Jeff back on the camera. All right.
I'm off the camera.
Yeah,
We
it's
can't
it's.
we can't play What's on Jeff's desk because now it's a big fat cat.
I'll fix it.
It's the spare cat, the stray cat that we picked up. Now he's a big fat load. Big fat load, Milo. All right. Injury reports for this week. A lot of weird stuff going on. I had it up on my computer, but all my Google stuff froze. So I'm just gonna vamp. I don't know what's going on. Um, I was gonna vamp, but then my Chrome crashed on me. So let's talk about Thursday Night Football. Puka Nakua, he was back, and technically they didn't lie when they said he was on limited snaps. He was on limited snaps. He just got a target on like every single one. We'll do the first run of my boom players for this week because, like I said, nothing is working. My computer is crashing on me. I don't know if Evan can even hear me or if I'm speaking into the darkness. There we go. Yep. I don't know what Mike, like I said, computer's crashing on me. Everything's dying on me. So, all right.
Extapo Daki, please tell us, is it PPR or what? No, I'm talking about the question in chat. Yeah, that's one.
I have no like
Oh,
my
my
Google
audio.
Chrome is
Extafodaki, tell us, is it PPR or not PPR? What's your league settings?
yeah, my Google Chrome is current.
How many stairs does your body need? Figure it out. What's up? Oh, it's Bob. What's up, Bob? Bob has a question. PPR, pick two. MHJ, JSN, Mooney, and McMillan.
Um, I th- I think you have to go MHJ in this situation. Is it PPR? Like I said, I
Yes, it
can't see
is. Yes, it
anything.
is.
Oh, I would probably it was MHJ, Mooney, McMillan, or who was the fourth guy?
JSN. JSN.
Those are those are all decent options. I would say you can't bench MHJ, and I would probably go with your gut here, but my gut is telling me probably Darnell Mooney. Really involved, like I said, Kirk Cousins is going to go off, and Bucks allow second most fantasy points to wide receivers over the last couple of weeks or last few weeks. So I would go Darnell Mooney, but honestly, it's probably your gut.
Awesome.
Walker does have JSN over Marvin Harrison this week for whatever that's worth.
AK Magic, welcome to the chat. Good to see you.
What's up? I met AK Magic a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
It was nice. We talked about Dolphins, talked a little football. It was a fun thing in the middle of the 49ers losing to the Cardinals in the heat. So
I'm rooting for you Dolphins today, AK Magic. They deserve something nice. He wants to know AR at Houston, Anthony Richardson, or Drake May versus the Jets.
I'm staying away from Anthony Richardson this week.
Same.
The Jets aren't the best matchup in the world, but we saw Russell Wilson go ham on them on Monday Night Football last week. So I would do that. Also, Drake May has shown that in a blowout, he's already to that like, oh, if the pressure's off, I can assert a certain level of comfort. We saw him do garbage time or score garbage time fantasy points against the Texans a few weeks ago. So I actually really like Drake May. Someone tried to trade for him from me, and negotiations were like pulling teeth.
Oh yeah,
Let's just say
you told me you're like
I
you
was
were having trouble this morning.
I
Tell me.
was late to the podcast. I was late to the podcast to the live stream recording because I lost track of time because I was doing a pulling teeth negotiation with the guy. He offered two trades to me. One was Kendre Miller and Drake May, and I get Bo Nix and Audric Estime, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And then the other one was he gives Kayshawn Booty, Javon Baker, Hunter Henry, and a first, and I give him Isaiah Likely, Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, and a second. And if I make that trade, like I'm borderline making the playoffs. If I make that trade, I'm tanking. And so it's like, oh, and he's like third right now. So it's like, oh, so I'm going to get all this roster filler for a pick swap. Like, oh, cool, man. Thanks. They like 3-pick swap. He claims he meant to put Sam Laporta in there, but even after that, I was like, no, dude, I don't want your roster filler.
Got it.
So,
And
anyways,
Bob, we'll get to your question in a second, but AK also wants to know Rodgers versus New England. Do you like him better than May versus New York Jets?
yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
and
the Patriots are swirling the drain. Gerard Mayo is saying that his team is soft, isn't going to work out well. I don't think. I think that's grounds for team revolution. And so
if you have to drop one of May or Anthony Richardson, I have no problem dropping Anthony Richardson personally.
um, Anthony Richardson's not a good passer. Like
Yeah.
he's at the bottom of the league in terms of like on target rate and like catchable passes. It's a mess, and it's because everything he throws is deep. He either scrambles or throws a deep ball.
One
So
sec,
it's
Jeff. I gotta
like,
go yell at my kids.
oh, Evan's got to go yell at his kids. It really is a live stream. So I want to apologize to everybody for not being here the last few weeks. We let it go when there's a London game because we figure you would probably rather be watching that London game than us, and you probably already made your start and sit decision. So so we're back, baby, and I'm in my 49ers get up. What with the night game tonight, I'm going straight from here I'm hitting close on my live stream, getting into my car and driving to Santa Clara. So we got a question in the chat. What about half PPR? Pick two. One has to be a running back. Yeah, AK it says AK says hurts my heart to drop AR. Honestly, I'm not as bullish on Aaron Rodgers. Oh, dude, get Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford was so good. Last year when he had all of his weapons in his first game back, he has 4 touchdowns. So, I think Matt Stafford is a top 12 option rest of the season. So, what about half PPR? Pick two. One has to be a running back from Bigsby, Pollard, JSN, McMillan, and Mostert. I'm going Bigsby and this is tough. Probably I'm going to go Bigsby and JSN here. I think with no DK Metcalf. Evan, we need to add DK Metcalf to the list. I forgot him. He's an
Oh yeah,
afternoon
I didn't
game.
see him. I'm on it.
Yeah, we got to add him to the list. With no DK Metcalf, I think JSN will have a good game. So I'm going to go Bigsby and JSN in this one. Though Jalen McMillan is in our my weekly, we do a football absurdity DraftKings lineup with the guys. He is in my DraftKings lineup. So, but he's super cheap.
Then I had a question for you.
Before I answer that, are you playing against me?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. No.
Then I can answer this truthfully.
Michael Pittman or Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers.
Done.
Yeah. They have Bigsby and JSN. Could see Pollard, but I guess JSN has to eat now. Otherwise, I'm never playing him again. Yeah, kind of how I feel about JSN too. No DK Metcalf. The Bills are a neutral matchup. Should be a lot of points being scored in this one. So I think that we're going to Gambletown now. Evan accidentally changed the background. Yeah. Evan, we're going to Gambletown. Good luck.
Why it does that. It won't let me just.
Thanks for the question, Tapadaki. What's
OBS
up?
OBS just updated, and you have 2 screens. I guess it's so you can live edit one by doing the other, but like, I would like to request not that.
Tapadaki asked if they're nuts if they go JSN over Marvin Harrison. I don't think that that's nuts. Marvin Harrison is there's this group of players that we talk about on the podcast called we call them like smoke them if you got them. Like you're kind of stuck starting them. Marvin Harrison is kind of in that group for me just because we've seen what he can do. We just need the Cardinals to stop using him as a deep threat. Like he's the best player on the team, so they think that he should be a deep threat. And we're back in Gambletown, baby. All right. AK has another question. Chubb versus the Ravens, McMillan versus the Falcons, Keon Coleman at Seattle, and Alexander Madison versus Kansas City. In a PPR flex, I'm gonna go. I'll probably go I'll probably go Jalen McMillan here. Like Keon Coleman had the big week last week, but it was on a broken play. He had like a 57-yard reception. Alexander Madison, like I don't particularly know if the Raiders are going to be able to move the ball. If they get the ball within the 5, he is getting a touchdown. But this team is going to be without Jacoby Myers. Oh wait, Evan, Jacoby Myers, I don't think is playing today. You asked about Jacoby Myers. That just made me realize. He's expected to be active. What was this list that I was looking at that said Jacoby Myers is going to... Dog, I looked at this list. The internet's full of fake news. We should have a presidential candidate that talks about this sort of thing. Do I think that Jonathan Brooks is an outright drop in PPR redrafts, especially with Bryce? Dave Canales did say he's not 100% certain that Jonathan Brooks comes back this year. We'll know in a couple weeks because his window got opened. So I would say hang on to him, but it's circling towards that.
That's too bad that Carolina gave up.
It's too bad that Carolina sucks. And that Deontay Johnson has the same hamstring injury that Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper had. AKA, I'm hamstrung by this offense.
What was the
Yep.
best Niners game you went to this year?
This year, none of them. Probably beating the Jets on Monday Night Football. We still had hope. I'm really down on the Niners now. It sucks losing Brandon Ayuk for the year after he never really got going. Um, Debo dying and then coming back to life. Same with Ricky Pearsall. I saw probably the best tweet was when they were talking about how Debo had pneumonia. And then Juwan Jennings was out and Brandon Ayuk was out for the year. And somebody tweeted, the most healthy 49ers receiver was shot in the chest 50 days ago. So,
Yep.
and it was true.
Are you excited to see Ricky
Starting,
Pearsall?
huh?
Are you excited to see Ricky Pearsall?
I want to know what he can do. I was not excited about the 49ers taking him in the first round. I thought they could get him 25 picks later, 30 picks later. I had him as a back of the second round guy, so I wasn't excited about where they drafted him. I also wasn't excited about where they drafted Brandon Ayuk, and we saw how that worked out. But in my own defense, I thought they traded back up to get T. Higgins. So kind of a win-win there. Oh, AK picked up Pearsall. Great. He's cursed now. More cursed than getting shot in the chest. Adam says that he's starting Bo Nix over Jaden Daniels and cannot be swayed. That's fair. I mean, that's fair. The Panthers are ass. The Bears are very good on defense. They have a very strong defense, and the Commanders' offense is basically like their passing game is if you can take away Terry McLaurin, the whole thing falls apart. So, um, that's fair. Starting Bo Nix over Jaden Daniels. It is the zone of correctness that I talk about, where this player has to be this bad and this player has to be this good. It's kind of overlapped a little bit more than usual for Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels.
What's
So,
up, Dylan? Full PPR. Start two flex. Bateman. So start two. Full PPR.
mhm.
Bateman, O'Duns, Shakir, Olave.
Odunze. This boy said Oduns.
Oh my God. Odunze. My bad.
Oduns.
I'm kind of eating like
Khalil,
parent.
yeah. Khalil Shakir is a must start. I'm staying away from Chris Olave until the offense can show me something. Um, I would probably go Rashad Bateman here. We were just talking about it in the group chat for the Football Absurdity guys. I think that it's going to be a Zay Flowers kind of not a decoy game, but I don't think he's going to be as involved as usual. A late week addition to the injury report. Probably going to stay away from him if they can. So I think that the passing game is going to be a good amount of the forgotten tight ends and Rashad Bateman.
All right.
And then
Keep going.
I was going to read the next thing, so go for it.
Start one tight end. Cole Kmet or Zach Ertz.
Cole Kmet.
Start one quarterback. Tua, Daniels, Kirk.
One quarterback out of those three. I'll probably go. You know what? Kirk Cousins is my. See, here's the thing: do I go with the narrative that everybody's back in Miami, or do I go with the fact that the Buccaneers have allowed the most fantasy points to quarterbacks over the last 3 weeks, and most of that is in passing, and Kirk Cousins blew them up a few weeks ago. I'm gonna go Captain Kirk here, but it's all very close.
All right. Two more. Dobbins, K9.
I see Jacobs Dobbins K9.
Oh, my bad. Jacob Dobbins, K9.
Yeah, and Adam, it
I'm
does
doing
feel
a
like it should be
bad
Tua, but
job.
that is scary. Yeah. Evan's multitasking. Evan's doing a mukbang on the other side over there. So we got at running back, we got pick 2, Jacobs Dobbins, K9. K9's going to go all the way off. J.K. Dobbins is my boom running back of the week going against the Saints defense that allowed 3 massive games in their last 2 games to running backs. So 3 massive weeks. They've got, don't forget, Sean Tucker and Bucky Irving broke out against them. And then last week, Javonte Williams had a massive game. So I'm going J.K. Dobbins. He's actually my boom running back of the week. Since I said at the top of the episode, I'll run through them again. These are my boom players at every position. This week, I got Kirk Cousins against the Bucks. Bucks are number 1 in fantasy points allowed to opposing quarterbacks, and most of that is through passing. First in passing yards allowed, first in passing touchdowns allowed. These stats are over the last few weeks. Jameis Winston is also a decent option, but he has the bozo gene in him, so I'm not going to trust him. Same with Brock Purdy against the Panthers. He's also a decent option, but again, Bozo Gene. Brock Purdy against the Cowboys, but he has no weapons. Um, for running back, my boom running back of the week is J.K. Dobbins. Other guys have good matchups. Javante, James Cook against the Seahawks, Nick Chubb, Brees Hall against the Patriots should eat, and Devon Achane against the Colts. That was one that was almost my boom player till I got to the Saints. For wide receivers, the Browns guys have a good matchup. The Bucks or the Falcons guys have a good matchup. So your Darnell Mooney potential bounce back. Drake London was almost my boom player. Titans, though, over the last few weeks, allow the fourth most fantasy points to wide receivers. No Jamison Williams in this one for the Lions. So I think that they run back last year's playbook, and it's like a number one overall wide receiver week for Amon-Ra St. Brown. If that's a little too shallow for you, I do think JSN against the Bills has a good game. And the Jags also will probably give up a good game to Jaden Reed, I would say.
All right.
Not as good of a week for tight ends. I got Jake Ferguson against the Niners as my boom tight end of the week. Tucker Kraft should also have a good game against the Jags, but I feel like he's a little too high end. And the best matchup of the week is Grant Calcaterra against the Bengals. Let's go, baby.
And then Dylan's, we got a bunch of questions. Dylan's final question was PPR, uh, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, or DeAndre Hopkins?
Not knowing what DeAndre Hopkins is going to look like in this offense, I will probably go with Garrett Wilson. The Jets should be eating in this one against the Patriots. We saw um, after a slow start, we saw Trevor Lawrence and the Jags do well against them last week. So I would probably go Garrett Wilson in this one. DeAndre Hopkins, if you're feeling feisty, he probably gets the Rashee Rice role, which means a lot of potential for PPR points. But I do think that this is another big touchdown week for Kareem Hunt. So I also think that they're going to be running the ball a lot. They don't need to pass so much.
Footy University, welcome to the chat. They want to know,
Hi, boss.
it's not looking good, but Shepard, Mostert, Downs, or Ferguson for the flex?
Woo! Give me okay. This isn't looking good, but I have a wild hair up my ass about Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard's probably going to take the Chris Godwin role in this offense. I think Jalen McMillan, if you had to like map how these two guys are going to replace, I think Jalen McMillan replaces Mike Evans and Sterling Shepard replaces Chris Godwin. I think that Kate Otton's going to have a ton more targets, but I kind of have a wild hair at my ass about Sterling Shepard this week. I would rank those guys Shepard, Mostert, Ferguson, Downs. Generally, I don't flex tight ends kind of as a rule, just because a good tight end week is like a wide receiver like 38 week. So I try to find a higher end option. So yeah, and then you can't play Josh Downs as long as Anthony Richardson's starting. He's a Joe Flacco merchant, as the kids say.
You're very welcome, Footy University. Tony,
You are
welcome.
welcome. Good luck this week.
Tony wants full PPR, Jalen Warren versus the Giants, or Dernis Johnson versus Green Bay.
Um. That's tough. I hate Jalen Warren. With let's see, Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne is Travis Etienne out, or is it wrong like every other thing that I read on this one? Is a long shot to play. Another week for Tank Bigsby. He is officially inactive, so I would say that I would go Dearness Johnson.
Awesome. And Fatty, welcome. Tyler Algier or Sterling Shepard?
Tyler Algier, they're playing the Buccaneers.
Excuse me.
Evan's dying. I'll go against Sterling Shepard. Again, your coin flip might be more scientific than my option, which is I have a wild hair up my ass about Sterling Shepard this week. Yeah, the BTK killer and Mindhunter. We got to make BTJ killer happen. Me making a stupid ass nickname and then the player being good. We need to harness this energy. Make BTJ killer his nickname.
Nice. How's your
By the way, they changed the cans to 7 Up. That's what I'm drinking right now. It looks like a Coke. A little crazy for this early in the morning,
wait?
but
Show me what?
they changed the cans to 7 Up
I want
zero
to see.
sugar.
Show me.
I'm trying to. I'm pointing it at the camera. It's in front of
Oh,
my
not in
face.
life. What the hell is that?
That's 7 Up cherry, baby.
That's weird.
Zero sugar. Mini R saying the Crisco nickname is what gives BTJ his juice. That's correct. That is correct. I just want to give a big shout out to Walker. They had the concrete removed from their Brazilian butt lift, and they are back on the podcast. So, hooray!
How's
That's
your crazy home league?
I'm in first, and I'm running the league.
That's good.
Yeah,
Anything
it's kind of
crazy
like
happen?
no.
All right.
One. So there's one guy in the league that loves doing bits, and he picked up Larry Fitzgerald and then offered me Larry Fitzgerald and somebody else for an upgrade. And I just like ignored it because I knew it was a bit. And then he canceled the trade and dropped Larry Fitzgerald. I thought it was a very funny bit.
You can pick up
Like
Larry Fitzgerald. What platform is that?
sleeper baby. And what was funny was I saw Larry Fitzgerald on television. Like I think it was yesterday. I just saw him in passing. I think it was yesterday, probably for college football. Um, but yeah, my I'm running that league entirely thanks to Walker because it's a dynasty league, and Walker was like, "You got to get Brian Branch for one of my IDP slots," and Brian Branch scores like a quarterback in that league, so it's like I'm starting 3 quarterbacks. So Boone plays. I got Kirko Cousins against the Bucks. They're allowing the most fancy points to quarterbacks over the last few weeks. First in passing yards, first in passing touchdowns. They are picking off quarterbacks 1 time per game though. Saints. I got J.K. Dobbins against the Saints for my running back. Jim Harbaugh is slavishly devoted to the run. The Saints have allowed big games to 3 different running backs in the last 2 weeks. Bucky Irving, Sean Tucker, who is 17 for 30. We're back in Gambletown, baby. Sean Tucker, who is 17 for 30 on his career before that game, and Javonte Williams, who sucks ass, all had big games that week. I've got 2 because I'm very antsy about putting Amon-Ra St. Brown as my boom wide receiver of the week, but he's going up against the Titans. I think that with no Jameson Williams, they go back to last year's playbook, which is going to be heavy on Amon-Ra St. Brown. If that's a little too high end, I'm going to say that Darnell Mooney should have a big week against the Bucks. But again, I'm double dipping on Kirk Cousins. So we'll go JSN against the Bills with no DK Metcalf. And then tight end, I've got Jake Ferguson against the Niners. They've allowed the 8th most fantasy points to tight ends over the last few weeks. There's no secondary passing option there in Dallas, and then the other tight ends above him are kind of must start guys: Tucker Kraft, Kyle Pitts, Johnny Smith, George Kittle. I mean, Johnny Smith is not a must start, but Tucker Kraft, Kyle Pitts, George Kittle all have better matchups. But Cal Katera, no. So I'm going with Fergo, Sun God, or JSN if that's too high end for you. J.K. Dobbins and Kirk Cousins.
Nice.
And I dropped my
Made
pen.
it so we're no longer going to Gambletown, and I fixed the problem, so we will no longer be randomly
What if
going to Gambletown.
Boom? You know what? I'm gonna sue the double chocolate chunk cookie guys for stealing my boom. Boom.
What is the double chocolate cookie guys?
Oh my God, Evan, you should consider yourself lucky. They're just like the newest internet thing. They're on the same level as the Hawk Tua girl. They used to do they did like Costco reviews, and it would be like they'd eat the double chocolate chunk cookie and they'd eat it and be like, that's a boom. And their kid, the Rizzler, I don't know if he's a kid or if he's like a neighborhood child. I don't know, man. The internet's weird. The internet makes you stupid. Shout out to doing whatever the reverse of whatever it was that Lotax did with his life. All right, good problem in a league. Which running back do I sit out of these 3? Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, and Jordan Mason. Mike says you want a chicken bake. Mason matchup versus Dallas is calling to him. Ooh, do. That's tough. Colts play the Dolphins. They're kind of a neutral matchup. Man, that's tough. Alvin Kamara broken hand. Man. Um. Okay, the Rizzler is the cousin. We're getting deep boom guys lore, or whatever they're called. Costco guys lore. Um, who do I bench? God, Adam, this is I'm gonna roll with Alvin Kamara and I'll go Homer and go Jordan Mason and bench Jonathan Taylor.
Wow. Indianapolis not looking good this year.
I'm not sorry, Mike.
How's Mike dealing with it?
Mike's fine. Mike, you
Okay.
doing okay? Mike's in the chat.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh, there he is.
You said
Duh.
you want a
You want
chicken
chicken
bake?
bake? Yeah. So,
All right. Oh, so we're gonna switch this over to being a Costco Guys Extended Universe live stream. So we need to talk about the Rizzler now. Don't do that. The Rizzler is he's this kid that just makes the mewing face and everybody loves him for it. That's literally all he does. Mike's in the
um,
chat till 10 a.m. baby. Well, I won't be here till 10 a.m.
T. Higgins is out. Do we have that? Let me check.
We should. Yeah, no T. Higgins. Good start this week. Jamar Chase, if you've heard of him. I would start Jamar
Yes, we
Chase
have.
this week.
Oh my. Um, have, are you going to join me in ironically watching the game show starring Rob Lowe called The Floor?
The you asked that, but the floor is already in its second season, so it's you're not watching it ironically now, Evan. You're actually just watching it.
Right, but I just now woke up and noticed it
Nope.
because I actually watch commercials at my mom's house for football games.
Sorry, Evan. You're watching it for real. You're not watching it ironically.
They show you a picture of a plane, and if you say plane, you win money.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that came out of the writer strike. I made a tweet about it where it was like, "Where's your standards for getting a show on television during the writer strike?" And it was the floor.
Yeah,
All right,
but
can Deontay Johnson finally please be put on freaking officially listed as out on sleeper so I can put him on my IR? Oh, Travis Etienne out. I mean, all right, Jeff, start one. Travis Etienne is out. Braylon Allen, Deontay Johnson, or Kyle Pitts. We're gonna go or not Deontay Johnson, Dearness Johnson. We're going Dearness Johnson in my flex. In my believe it or not, this team won the championship last year, and I'm like 1-6, 1-7, 1-6. Let's go, baby.
all right.
Um,
Is my battery running low? Hold on, I
all
gotta do
right.
maintenance. I'll be right back.
This is the fun frantic it's 9:30 and you have 13 leagues and you got to make sure you're not starting anybody who's not playing. All right. That's a best ball, that's a best ball. How we doing in our leagues this season, huh? I had a guy come in to the shop and I started his car and it was on Fantasy Sports Radio. And I was like, "Oh, hey man, I heard you were listening, Fantasy Sports blah blah blah." I was like, "How you doing this year?" He's like, "I'm in 6th." And I was like, "That
I plugged my thing into my thing, so we're good. What happened to the audio? Jeff, you don't have audio anymore. I'm wondering if that's me. What the heck? Yeah. All I did was get up and plug my computer in, and somehow it borked this. I think it might be on your end, Jeff. I'm checking. I'm getting no levels. What? Oh, let's see. Let's check the levels here. Check in the levels here. What if I just hit the button? My goodness. I'm I'm totally sorry. I got up. Let's run through the troubleshoot. I got up and my computer wasn't plugged in for some weird reason. And I plugged it in and come back and I know I have audio and I have no audio for Jeff and I have no levels. What is going on right now? Let's open up. Let's play a fun game called Open Volume Mixer. Okay, and then tell you what I'm seeing. Yes. Discord is good. This feels like a real. I think it might be. The heck? Let's see. Thanks for the dozen people that are watching me try to figure out. I think it's Jeff. Hold on. What happened here? Oh my gosh, yes. Tell Joe Rogan about it. And he will do the weird journalistic thing called asking follow up questions that no journalist seems to want to do. I'm going to just flip this off and then flip it back on. What is going on? Thanks to the new person who walked in the chat. We just had audio issues that we are working on. Feel free to get those questions out, though, in the chat, and we can still answer them via this machine called the internet. That's super cool.
Hello, am I back?
I can't hear
Yes.
Evan.
Yes, you're back.
I'm back?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's go. Oh, here's something fun. I can't hear Evan except for in the live stream now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay.
I think we got fixed. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Can't hear you, but it's clear you're talking. This rules. This is great. I love it. How's that?
Te- uh, he said
Yeah,
real
I
G's
got hear me.
real G's move in silence like lasagna, but that's not a silent G. It's pronounced a y. Like
You're a
signs.
yeah.
Signs has a silent G. So I'm just
You're a yeah.
I get such a word nerdy about it. Uh,
Hello.
all right, full PPR. Mostert versus Arizona or Pop Douglas versus New York Jets.
Pop Douglas. I don't know if anybody's hearing me. I'm just yelling into the ether.
I'm hearing you. You're getting levels.
Okay, good. I'm getting levels. Let's go, baby. We're back. I was being silenced. Hey, Evan, have you heard this saying, real G's move in silence like lasagna? I think it's very astute and there's nothing wrong with it.
Let me see.
I'm with Tony on this one. It's a good saying.
No, it's not a silent G.
You're a silent G.
Who'd you say?
Just like
Thank you.
just like
Appreciate
in
that.
lasagna. Just
No,
like in lasagna.
of all the words, I get so uptight about words. What was going on? The announcer was like, save your appetites for the Seattle Food Festival," and I'm like, "You don't save your appetite. You build appetites. Know how words work." God,
Wait, hold on though. Hold on, Evan, time out. What do you do with an appetite after it's built? What if you build an appetite up and then you save that built appetite? Because you can sate that appetite.
that's fine. It's just not an idiom.
Well, Evan, language evolves.
Not because, yeah, you're right. If enough idiots say it the wrong
Yeah,
way, it becomes
you're
the
the
right way.
idiom. Ooh, Indianapolis against the Colts, against the Texans. I am starting them in a league. We're doing Jeff checks his
No, I think
roster
you got it right
live
the
on
first
air.
time. I think in terms of Anthony Richardson, he's playing against himself more often
Indianapolis
than not.
versus the
Yeah,
Colts. Yeah. Ooh, I guess I'll go Giants versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Am I right, folks?
I gotta
Just
find a cracked feed for the Baltimore game because For some reason, Fox is not airing. Oh, it's because Seattle has a home game, so Fox can't air football because, yeah.
Because laws are cool. The way
Oh my
that
God.
regulate television stuff, they're not dumb at all. I think my greatest gift to myself this year is I have no leagues on fan tracks.
Yeah. People, my kids keep asking, they're like, how dumb is what's IBM's Watson? How dumb is Watson? I'm like, I don't know because I don't have any ESPN leagues this year, so I can't tell you how dumb
Yeah, that's
Watson is.
right. We got RC in the chat. Nick Chubb or Keenan Allen, half PPR. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Chubb. I think that last week Keenan Allen had what, like, or 2 weeks ago he had what, like 4 targets. Um, the Commanders' defense is bad. But yeah, I'm gonna go Nick Chubb on this one, just because the. You know what? I'm gonna go Keenan. Forget it. I'm going Keenan.
Ooh, dead air. People love that. Okay, so I should talk now. Um, what I want to talk about. How great are the Ravens? So great.
Very great.
Mark Andrews catching 2 touchdowns really improved my son's self-esteem about his diabetes.
It improved his diabetes.
It
He's
improved his
cured.
self-esteem about it.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. Imagine Mark Andrews just came and kicked him in the pancreas, and that's all it took.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
He hit him. He hit him like the Fonz.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right, hit us with those questions. It's the rare conflation of no a European game, plus Jeff doesn't have to go to a 1 p.m. Niner game, so we're here. Are
Yep,
we
we
are
are
we here
here, and
next
I'm
week?
coordinating with my sister, who I'm meeting at the in the tailgate parking lot. Uh, and I'm sitting here trying to decide if I benching Trey McBride for Mark Andrews in my dynasty league. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, Mark Trey McBride has a way higher floor.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the floor. And I already got I was desperate enough to start Puka, and then I got 19 combined points from Ivan Pace and Cameron Bynum. So I just need floor plays here. I'm good. I
Who's
tried
in
to
the
just explain IDP to my boss at work because he's like, who's your fantasy defense?" And I was like, "Well, um, well, I play with IDPs in my home league, and then I just stream everywhere else, so I don't have an answer to that question."
is Niners bye week next week?
Mercifully, yes.
Okay. Trying to figure
Yeah.
out. So we will have, oh my gosh, we will have 3 consecutive weeks of Jeff
Thank
Krisko.
God. I'm driving to Santa Clara is starting to wear on me. When they don't win, it becomes so much more of a slog.
Tony wants to know Jameson or Aaron Rodgers. Oh God. Jameis. I don't know why I said Jameson.
I was gonna say
Jameson or
Jameson.
Rodgers.
I was like, well, Jameson's a wide receiver and he's not playing. Let's go, Jameis, baby. Gonna air it out all
Wow.
the way out. Up against the Ravens. Him and David Njoku are gonna go ham.
There, he's gonna, and Marlon Humphreys is out, so he won't have 5 interceptions. He'll just have 3.
Mm-hmm. That's who. I'm very Ravens heavy on my IDPs, Evan. So you can appreciate that.
No, they're not good this year.
Yeah, but they get a lot of points. I got Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, and Trenton Simpson.
You can throw against
Woo!
those guys.
Huh?
You can throw on those guys.
Yeah, but you get points for them tackling. So if you can throw on them, that's what you want, baby.
Oh,
Or you're Brian Branch, who scores like 17 points per game because he's everywhere.
he's outside now.
He's like I said, he gets quarterback numbers. It's nice. It's nice to be starting 3 quarterbacks. All right. Evan, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is the bozo game of the week? The game that has the biggest bozo factor in it for you.
Week 8 NFL schedule. Like I don't have it memorized, but I just drew a blank because you asked me. Let's check this out.
Oh, it's easy. You don't have to think this much. It's Panthers Broncos.
Oh, it's not Jets. It's not Jets New England.
Nah, Jets New England. That's a low key bozo game. That actually is a good option. But I mean, Panthers Broncos. I mean, marron. A Bo Nix offense is going to win by 3 scores. That game is going to be insane. Do we see? All right, here's a fun question. Who is the quarterback 3 on the Panthers?
Oh my god.
It's not anybody you've ever heard of, but he
okay.
sounds just like somebody you've heard of.
Joe Montana.
No,
Joe.
Jack Plummer.
Wait.
Jack Plummer.
Wait.
Not Jake. Jack, and he is not related to Jake Plummer.
I was literally just Googling that.
Yeah, no, he's not related to Jake Plummer, but Jack Plummer. If Bryce Young gets beat up, we could see Jack Plummer today. Walker knows every college football player, so Walker's probably like, oh yeah, Jack Plummer. I know them. I know him. He went to Northwestern Southern State or something. He went to Louisville. Damn, how old is this guy? I've never heard of this guy, and he's 25.
He's a rookie.
He's a 25-year-old rookie?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. He was on Purdue in 2021. He went to Cal? I need to pay more attention to college. Oh, he was Cal's quarterback in 2022. Interesting.
Well, that was when they were in
Damn,
Pac-10, though, so who cares?
Pac-12, the Pac-10's coming back, baby. With
Go.
Sac State.
Fresno State. Go.
Sac State, baby. The Hornets are going to join the Pac-10. It's not what she's not what she used to be.
Wow.
But it would be fun for Sacramento to be a college town overnight, or a college football town overnight, if things went well. That would be really funny. I'd be on board with that.
Didn't Pac-10, the Pac-4 just merge with the Mountain West? It's no longer...
Yeah, but they're trying to revive the Pac-10 in 2025.
Okay.
With let's see, Pac-12 realignments. Over the past 17 months, the Pac-10 lost UCLA, USC, Oregon, Washington, Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah. Cal and Stanford to the ACC, which is really funny. Only Washington State and Oregon State remain.
Yep.
All right. Oh, here we go. Added 4 Mountain West schools: San Diego State, Boise State, Colorado State, and Fresno State. Let's go. We just got to get Sac State in there, baby.
Boise State's going to leave them for the ACC.
You're the ACC.
They're too good.
Sac State's going to leave for the ACC.
I'm not entirely convinced Sac State is an actual college.
Is what?
An actual college. I feel
It
like
is.
you're just making them up.
Sacramento State University Hornets. Mike knows. My Trey Regis Memorial pick tight end went there. But I can't remember his name.
Hey, that right there is not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
They're like
not gonna happen.
Squeaky kids game, like 5 feet away from me, and no, thank you to that.
My Trey Regis Memorial pick was Marshall Martin. That's what it was. Marshall Martin. He went to Sac State. He returned an onside kick for a touchdown. He was on the hands team. That's what made him my Trey Regis pick. I was like, oh my god, this guy went to Sac State and he's like draft eligible. And I put on my first highlight clip, and that was like his 3rd highlight. And I was like, done. Done. You're my Trey Regis pick, because you did something I've never seen anybody do before. Return an onside kick for a touchdown. And if folks don't know, Evan, do you remember why we call it the Trey Regis Memorial pick?
No.
Because Trey Regis wasn't good, and you had him in like your top 5 at the position, and you were like, oh, I don't know if he's any good, but he's fun. I like watching him, so I'm gonna put him in my top 5 or my top 10. So now we do a pick at every position in draft season for a guy that we don't think is very good, but we think will be fun. So
Hey,
it's in honor of you, Evan.
hey, in 2021, Trey Regis averaged 9 yards a carry. Okay,
Woo! On one carry.
on one carry. Yes.
On one carry. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to 2023's draft. Let's see who the Trey Regis Memorial picks were. Walker had Malik Cunningham. Mike and I had Max Duggan. Tony had Jaron, quote, JV Kyler Hall. Mike had Tyjae Spears. I had Kenny McIntosh. I don't remember who this person is. Lou Nichols was Walker's 2023. Walker's was Jonathan Mingo. Mike's was Tank Dell. Wow. I think Tank Dell ended up being pretty good.
He gets by.
Who is Davis Allen? Davis Allen was my my guy. Interesting.
Davis Allen is a human on the Los
Mhm.
Angeles Rams.
He is that Davis Allen. Oh my God, I completely forgot about Davis Allen being on the Rams now.
He's
Let's
6'6" tall.
Yeah, I'm gonna go as far back as the show doc goes. Here we go. 2021 pre-draft rookie picks. Consensus was Trevor Lawrence, then Justin Fields, then Trey Lance, then Zach Wilson, then Mac Jones, then Davis Mills. Hell yeah, baby.
Wow,
We're going back.
that was all that year.
Yeah.
Sad,
Sad.
very sad.
Oh, this was when I would just change the doc every week instead of overwriting it, so I could have a. Any more questions in the chat?
No, we answered every single question in the entire world.
In the world,
We did it.
we solved world hunger.
Yes.
Dang, that's
The
crazy.
worldwide question shortage, or resolution shortage,
The Rizzler shortage.
the Rizzler shortage.
Yeah, he goes. He does the stupid mewing thing. I can't mew. I'm sorry. I'm almost 40.
When I mew classes, they're like, "Can you mew?" And I'm like, "What do you think my job is? To like do things that you say? That's not my job."
Yeah, that is your job. Your job is to be a clown for them.
Yeah, like what the heck, man?
What in the world? Oh, this is draft receivers part 2. I was looking back at our notes and I was like, I had Keon Coleman as the wide receiver 1. No, I had him as the wide receiver 6. I was like, am I crazy? Oh, man. Brian Thomas. Ooh, shout out to Shane who had Brian Thomas 5th and Tony who had Brian Thomas 5th. Get wrecked. We all had him 4th.
Anybody have Malik Neighbors first?
No. Wait. No. Me and Tony had Roma Dunze 2nd. Actually, Tony had Malik Neighbors. I was the only one that had Malik Neighbors 3rd. This was pre-draft, and then when the draft came in, I was like, I'm in on Malik Neighbors, baby. Damn, Derrick Henry, running back 11 going into this year. That was a stupid rank. Should I go back and edit this document to put him as 1?
He had 700,000 carries.
Yeah.
That was
I don't know.
awesome
My Alvin.
signing. Because
Huh?
that was an awesome signing because before if he was signed, Derrick Henry was my one son's favorite player. Like he really loved Derrick Henry, and they joined the Ravens, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is
You're like,
awesome.
let's go, baby.
Yeah, let's watch some football together.
Oh, Chase Brown. That's a good hit. 34. Oh my God. So
Mike Neighbors has thrown a touchdown pass to Jaden Daniels.
this year, that would be a feat. Oh, okay.
No, the 2023 Citrus Bowl.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about driving and how I really don't want to do it. Oh, I got a really here. I'm gonna rant for a minute. I got a real BS speeding ticket last week going to the Niners game. I contend that I was entrapped by this cop. So I was using Waze to get down there. I know how to get to Levi Stadium. It's just in case there's traffic or whatnot. And it had me get off the freeway in like the East Bay. And I was getting back on the freeway and I saw California Highway Patrolman in front of me, like passing the on-ramp while I was getting on. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm just going to track with this guy. And I tracked with him for like 3 or 4 miles before he hits the brakes, changes lanes, and then I hit my brakes and changed lanes because we were entering a construction zone. So I figured there was some debris in the road that he saw that I didn't. And so he slows down, and so I slow down behind him, change lanes, and he changed lanes back, slams the brakes, gets behind me, and lights me up. He was like, "You were going 88 miles an hour," and I was like, "Sir, I was following you." He's like, "Do you know how fast you're going?" I was like, "No, I was following you. I was tracking with you. I was going the speed of traffic," which I assume that that's what a cop car is going. And he's like, I clocked you going 88 miles an hour," and I was like, "If I was going 88, then so were you, sir, because I was tracking with you." And he's like, "I'm only going to write you up for 70." And I was like, "All right, man, cool." And then as he took off, he sped down the road and he was out of my field of vision in like 45 seconds as I was driving because he was going above 80. So screw that guy. I don't want to deal with him. And people are like, "Oh, you can fight it." And it's like, what am I going to fight? I have no witnesses. It's my word against his. So I don't know. It's annoying. I'm really annoyed.
I'm so
Somebody
sorry.
should make some. Huh?
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to fist fight him. Officer Schreiber, you, me, fist fights. Let's go.
I hear that ends well, always.
Yeah, dude. You can always fist fight a cop. It never ends poorly.
Malik Neighbors is only 6 foot even.
He's a low guy. He says being 5'11". Yeah, according to that, what's Kyler Murray listed as? 5'10"?
I'm just going off Wikipedia, so who knows?
Kyler Murray is listed at 5'10". So you're going to tell me that Malik Neighbors is only 2 inches taller than Kyler Murray. Look at the two of them on a football field. It's that stupid helmet. It makes Kyler Murray look so tiny.
Let's see what Wikipedia is. 5'10" for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he's a little guy. So, all right, it's 9:53.
Yeah, we haven't had a question in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I think we call it. I think I say
right.
Good luck to everybody. God bless. Oh, I said, all right, it's 9:53, and we dropped down. We lost 3 viewers.
Good.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Niners are going to be on bye, so I won't be in this get up. I'll be wearing the Rob Lowe NFL hat.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was going to do the outro, but you're the host in this one. I'm used to being the host.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, we're off.